Hello, everybody, and welcome to Culture of Gaming's Power Up Podcast, Episode 5. I'm your host, Taylor, and this week I'm joined, of course, by Andrew.
Puxatawny Phil saw his shadow. That means we're here. We're podcasting.
All right, and I'm also joined by Anthony, as per usual.
Yeah, hey everyone, nice to be here again. Should be a good episode, hopefully.
Yeah, and a newcomer to the show, Aidan.
Hello, thanks for having me. Hopefully I don't derail this thing awfully.
It's fine, the tangent here and there is no issue. And, well, with this episode, we have 100% more audience interaction, which means not only do we have a special Q&A session at the end of the show, but also throughout the show as we're discussing topics. If you have any thoughts or questions to ask us about the topic at hand, feel free to put them in the chat, and I will pitch it to these guys. So,
Awesome.
Anyway, Aidan, what do you do for Culture of Gaming?
Wait, sorry, I kind of cut out for a second.
Oh, it's fine. What do you do here at Culture of Gaming?
I am a writer. I started a couple months ago. I have a few pieces out there right now. I mostly work on, I write a bunch of editorials, opinion pieces. I just posted one recently about Star Wars, speculating what could happen about the Star Wars license, and I'm actually writing another one about Star Wars. One is just giving a wish list of time periods and settings.
All right.
Nice.
Very, very cool. So, what have you guys been playing this week? Andrew, let's start with you.
I'm still just kind of going into Rainbow Six Siege. Been playing that a lot. Kind of like the only thing I've had time for recently.
Okay. Anthony?
Yeah, it's nice to get in there and play a few games and then just bounce.
Oh, sorry. Anyway, Anthony?
I've been playing a bit of Civilization 6. So I've finally have a graphics card repaired. That's on the way back to me. But yeah, I've just been playing a bit of Civilization 6 and been hooked on that. Checking out all the modes and whatever. I got that off Humble Bundle monthly. They're doing a deal on the Australia pack and the Vikings pack and all that. So I picked that up for like $12 a month as you pay. Usually I think it's a bit cheaper there. But yeah, I've been delving into that and playing a bit of Flight Simulator 10 as well. So not much happening on my front.
All right. And then Aidan, how about yourself? What have you been playing?
Well, I didn't play pretty much any of the major games that came out last year, so I spent the last month, I'm playing Super Mario Odyssey. It's a fantastic game. I love it so much. I just started playing Cuphead. I'm real bad at Cuphead, but it's a great game.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. This past week, I've been on kind of a WoW kick the past week. Not gonna lie. So yeah, that's been going okay. Just trying to grinding out some stuff in WoW as per usual. Been on a little bit of an Eve kick also, getting things in there all set up for the corp I founded. And last night, one of my friends got me a code for Monster Hunter World, so I delved into that a little bit today, and I'm having a ton of fun. Anyway, so what's up?
Just a random question: have you played any of the previous ones?
No, I haven't. This is actually my first Monster Hunter title.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I need to check that out soon.
Mm-hmm. It's a really fun game so far. I liked it a lot. Anyway, so our very first topic today is Red Dead Redemption 2, which was originally scheduled for a spring 2018 release, has been pushed back to fall 2018. How do we feel about this?
Well, I think all the games that are coming out in this spring, all the publishers just breathe a sigh of relief, and all the publishers that have games coming out in the fall are starting to panic.
Okay.
Well, I've kind of got enough to play at the moment, but I think they've only pushed it back 1 month or 2 months. I think I'm not too sure, but apparently they've just pushed it back to polish a couple of things off graphically, and they've released a couple of screenshots as well with what they're expecting the final game to look like.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's been delayed once previously, and I think this is the second time it's been delayed. So hopefully they're not killing for time with it being a bad game. They're trying the best they can to fix it up. I don't think that's the case, but hopefully they can get their act together and get it out.
Okay. Andrew?
Yeah, I mean, it's never had an actual release date, so delaying it is kind of it's not a real delay, right? I mean,
yeah.
We never really knew when it was coming out anyway, so whatever. Yeah. I mean, we're waiting. We're still going to be waiting for a little bit, and it'll hopefully be a fantastic game. Well, I guess we'll find out when it comes out.
Okay. So, honestly, I don't really care. Like, I'm not a huge fan of Rockstar as a developer. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I could never sink as many hours as apparently other people could into like GTA or Red Dead Redemption. So, yeah, it's like I don't
Yeah,
really
I'm with you
care.
there.
Yeah,
Like I appreciate those games. Like they're like good game, like great games, like objectively. But I just cannot. I'm not a big open world game per fan. But I realize, and that game is gonna be, but that game is gonna be like a phenomenon when it comes out. So it really doesn't matter when it comes out. It's gonna like probably be the best selling game of the year.
right. I mean,
So
Yeah.
plenty of people still play GTA 5 online,
Yeah.
yeah,
and that released back in 2013, at least on consoles,
Mhm.
which is wow. That's kind of a thing to think about.
Yeah.
It does not
Yeah.
seem that long ago. Anyway, and so yeah, that's pretty much that. Hopefully the game comes out in a good polished state, and the delay will be worth it. You know,
I'm sure.
it's always bad to see
Yeah,
a
I'm sure it'll be
game.
good.
It's always bad to see a game delayed, and then the product is worse off. Cough, cough. Mass Effect Andromeda. Cough, cough. I'll never not be salty about that.
Did we have to bring
7-year
that up?
development periods.
Yeah. All right, so this was the big story of this past week. I won't lie to you, so let's just get this out of the way and talked about. Microsoft is looking to acquire EA and/or Valve and/or PUBG.
Yeah, what's the go with that?
Imagine if they bought all three.
Okay, that'd be ridiculous, but wow, yeah.
I mean, we're in a world where Disney's buying Fox. Like, I have, ever since that happened, like, nothing's been off the table for me.
Yeah. That's
Mm.
that's really fair. If I were to pay one of these, like to actually be bought, it would probably be PUBG.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't
Didn't they
see the
just-
reason for them, mate.
Like to buy any of these or just PUBG in general?
I don't see the reason for them to buy PUBG in general.
Okay. What's your
Like,
thought
it's-
process?
Well, I mean, the game's already out, and I mean, even if they buy it, they're not really going to be making that much money off it. They could probably extend, like, make a second PUBG or something. I think they would probably be better off acquiring EA, but that's going to be a very spendy buy, very expensive buy.
Yeah. So, little bit of a delve into the business world. We have seen EA over the past month start consolidating a lot of their development studios and everything and kind of bring them under official ownership. For example, the most recent one would be EA recently brought in Respawn to be officially under EA as a development studio as opposed to just a publisher for them. They have before that it was BioWare, before that it was Visceral Games. So, yeah. So EA has definitely made some consolidation apparent, and yeah, maybe they could be trying to consolidate it. The one that's really far-fetched for me and actually does kind of like the one that's really far-fetched for me and kind of maybe discredits this rumor entirely is that Valve was a name thrown up there.
That was the one that was like, what?
Yeah, it's like no. I mean,
If they buy that, they'd pretty much own PC gaming, which, like, because Steam is, like, PC gaming itself. Like,
right.
Valve is such a massive company. Would they want to be owned by, like, a company like Microsoft? That's what I wondered.
No, I could never see it because one thing that Steam kind of has pride in is that it's a games platform. No matter, like, if you're on a computer, whether it's Linux, Mac, Windows, you can buy a game from Steam, and they have games from categories. Whereas I'd imagine if Valve had, or it's like Valve was bought by Microsoft would try and consolidate it for Steam to just be in Windows.
Yeah.
At least maybe the Windows 10 store would work, but yeah, at the very least. And maybe as one of our guys in the chat is suggesting, they'll buy Valve and finally make Half-Life 3.
I was going to say that, yeah.
I mean, no, I think the one that wouldn't surprise me the most would be PUBG, if only just to keep it exclusive to Xbox forever, because that game is a phenomenon. EA would be interesting because it seems like it would be a big deal if they bought it, but I
Yeah.
don't know exactly the number of studios Microsoft owns opposed to Sony, but I feel like they don't own nearly as many as Sony. So, and Sony owns a lot.
Yeah.
So I feel like it would just beef up their first party portfolio, which isn't a bad thing.
No, because Microsoft's first-party portfolio has gone down quite a bit, actually. If you consider, I mean, Halo 5 Guardians was okay. It wasn't spectacular, wasn't incredible.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
The only other, like, really other big franchise that they have or that's at least available on Windows 10 to some degree, also is Gears of War. I believe 4 was available on Windows 10. And I mean, that was quiet when that came out. Like, I did not hear any sort of hype around that game. Although Microsoft does have a promising game on the horizon, Sea of Thieves.
Oh yes,
That game,
Yeah.
that game was so cool. So,
Did you guys play into that beta at all?
no, I still haven't. I've only watched a ton of videos about it.
no.
Have you?
No, I didn't get a chance.
Okay. Anthony?
Nah, I haven't had a graphics card, so
Oh, yeah, that's right.
yeah,
Okay.
haven't been able to.
Yeah, but as Aidan brought up, buying PUBG would make the most sense. They could keep it Windows 10 and Xbox exclusive, which, considering how big of a title PUBG is, that'd be a huge thing to have under their belt.
True.
Although I'd imagine there might be some licensing rights issues with the engine that PUBG is under between whoever makes PUBG. I think it's like Bluehole or something.
Yeah, it's like the PUBG Corporation now, I think.
Oh,
or
okay.
whatever they're calling it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, between PUBG Corp and Bohemia. Because PUBG was a mod for Arma, as are a lot of games coming out nowadays. And PUBG Corp, as they're known now, had to make a license agreement with Bohemia to use and modify their engine that's used in Arma and everything, because that's what it's based off of. So I'd imagine that license might have some interesting issues to it, but again, don't know specifics of the deal.
Yeah.
I mean, is like PUBG still like this like phenomenon? You got like Fortnite out now, which is like pretty much doing better, I want to say, than PUBG. So that like shit might have already sailed on like the whole buying PUBG.
Maybe. I think a lot of the like hype around Fortnite right now is that it's very new and upcoming, and it's being updated very, very frequently.
Yeah.
And so it would be interesting to see after Fortnite dies down a little bit, because it's experiencing what could be described as like post-launch or post-streamer popularity now. So we'll see when it dies down, which one goes back.
Right.
Yeah, it'd be really nice. Go ahead.
Sorry. Did Microsoft I don't remember. Were they helping on the funding of PUBG on the Xbox, or is that just a publishing thing?
I think it was more of a publishing thing. I know they helped a lot with the port for it, so they definitely have an understanding of at least how the game functions going from PC to Xbox.
Because if they Microsoft were to buy it, like they would have the Microsoft money, and like that would probably allow them to polish the game, because the game is, as we know, is in quite unpolished at the moment. Like just having all that money behind it probably would help it become an even tighter of a game.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because a lot of the hype on it is like how just insane and crazy it is. It's like a giant free for all, but it could be interesting what they could do with all that Microsoft backing.
Does PUBG really need money? Like, it was by far, in a way, the most popular early access game on Steam, I would say.
True.
Yeah.
So, I mean, do they really need... Yeah.
I mean, even if Microsoft were to pick them up, they wouldn't really make, like in my book, I might be wrong, but they wouldn't really make that much money off it. And in the end, it does kind of come down to money. They can do some DLC, they can do some polish it and whatever, but the game's already been out for 6 or so months, in early access for 6 or so months. And people have played it, like, I reckon it's kind of over. Like, it's big, but they're not going to get anything out of it, I don't reckon.
Okay. So, yeah, Microsoft buying any one of these companies, though, would expand their reach into the gaming market pretty significantly. Yeah.
I mean, they could do Sony a blow, but still.
I mean, and that's like the thing when looking at these properties. I think that is their goal. They want to increase the number of titles and properties they have in their portfolio.
Okay. Looking over to more of like the development side of things, I think back to some of the like documentaries I've seen regarding Halo Combat Evolved's development and everything, and how Microsoft acquiring Bungie and everything, and just some of the policies that they implemented were kind of iffy, to say the least.
Yeah.
For the Bungie studio. So it's like I wonder if their policies have changed.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I would hate to see a game in development, like say Battlefield 2018, get acquired by Microsoft, and then the game is radically changed from what we might have gotten. Because it could always be for the worse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, that's pretty much. Any last thoughts on that one? Because I don't really know whether to believe it or not. That's the thing.
What was the rumor that they were considering buying like at least one of them, or all of them to get like buying all of them, or just buying considering looking at comparing which one they should buy? I don't really remember.
It really depends on where you read it. Several sources reported that they were looking at buying all three. Other sources reported that they were examining all three as possibilities to buy at least one.
Okay.
So it really depends on where you read it.
Yeah, I only heard. Oh, go ahead.
No, yeah, I mean, it's just it came out of nowhere when I saw it. I was like, oh, okay. I was like,
yeah,
this is weird.
Yeah.
I mean, it had to come. I mean, I feel like it had to come from somewhere. I mean, sometimes these rumors are completely baseless, but when these big stories, that going back to the whole Disney Fox thing, that came as a report, and then a month or two later, it's an official thing. So who knows what could happen?
Yeah, definitely.
Mm.
So, this Microsoft buying Valve might actually help with this. Dota 2 announced a new patch system, or kind of maybe a program, we can call it. Ice Fraud, one of the lead developers of Dota 2, an all-around cool guy from Valve, said that Dota 2 is going to move to a 2-week patch schedule, where every 2 weeks, I believe on Thursday, a new patch will be going live for Dota 2 for the next 6 months. And this is assuming that these patches are just a little more substantive than balance changes. Then this is actually quite the massive undertaking in terms from a development perspective and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie. And so maybe this is some very irresponsible speculation on my part, and I am semi-joking. Maybe the reason they're able to do this is because they're getting some dank Microsoft cash. Maybe. So, yeah, thoughts on the new patch system? Do we think it's good for a game to be updated this frequently? Is there such thing as too much tinkering with balance and everything, or what do you guys think on this one?
Yeah, I definitely think there could be the issue of too much tinkering, like you said. If you look at Injustice, maybe the first Injustice, or some of the NetherRealm games, they sent patches out every couple weeks, sometimes every month or two, and the game just came unplayable because you kind of forgot what some fighter could do at a certain point.
Yeah.
But I don't know. This probably seems like more of an optimization thing, but I'm not sure. I'm not quite the Dota player, so I don't really know what exactly they're trying to fix or figure out.
Okay.
I mean, it's cool that they're seem committed to updating it regularly, keeping fans and players of the game know that they're committed to it, because I mean, this game is a massive success for Valve. I don't play Dota either. I've never been a big MOBA player, but it would be interesting because it depends on how much these patches are going to change the game. If it changes it, like you said in Injustice, it changes it pretty significantly every couple weeks. Does it come to the point where people just aren't playing because they don't have to relearn new skills every couple weeks? I don't know. I mean, the idea itself, I think, is a good thing. It's probably the equivalent of a big every so often month patch, but like I said, I don't play Dota, so I don't really know what their patches are exactly like.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're doing it every 2 weeks, as Andrew said, it could kind of turn into you're playing a game that's not finished. It could feel like a game, depending on what they update and what they fix. And if they're just minor tinkers, then sure. But if they're radically rehauling the whole thing or overhauling the whole thing, then it's, you play it 1 week and then you play it the next week and it's completely different. And it's are you going to Are you going to stand on one foundation rather than keep on changing it? So it entirely depends on what they change around and what they do.
Yeah, so overtuning is definitely a thing to watch out for. But so the way that esports balance, or it's like esports titles, the way that these games are usually balanced. So take for example League of Legends, and this can apply to a lot of other games in the market out there too, is that whenever the season starts, or it's like the new season starts, is when we see a majority of the significant reworks or balance changes for heroes or champions or whatever, or units if you're a StarCraft player. And then the meta will kind of develop for a while. And then after the meta seems like it's been developed and everything, little tweaks will be made here and there to better cure some ailments. But then but then you most likely will, unless there's a massive problem, you probably won't see any huge significant rework or balance change until the start of the next season. And then next season starts, you get these changes, meta develops, so on, life goes on, life continues, stuff like that. As long as you didn't break the game, people are still having fun with your game, life is good. So I think we kind of have to wait to see what the scale of these changes are every 2 weeks. Because, I mean, if they're radically changing things every 2 weeks, then, I mean, that's a different meta every 2 weeks, which, as one of you guys brought up, or I think a couple of you guys brought up, rather, was that, you know, people will have to come back and relearn the game every 2 weeks almost.
Yeah.
And so I'm hoping that it'll just be a lot of more minor changes, or more like, hey, let's just give this guy an extra 50 HP, see how that goes down. Oh, maybe let's bring it back a little bit type thing.
Yeah.
So
it's probably that, because like I said, like this game, like I said, this game is so popular and so massive that they know at this point, like they know better than to mess with it too much. It's probably, like you said, just small tweaks here and there.
Well, okay, then all I have to say is this actually relates to a little bit of a bigger topic. The EVE community, over the past, let's call it week and a half, 2 weeks or so, has really been talking about, okay, so CCP, the developers of EVE, you know, what exactly do they do all day? You know, there are some outstanding balance changes that are as simple as just changing numbers in a table type thing. Yep, we have to wait upwards of like months and months for these changes to come in. And so kind of a similar thing can be applied here. It's like, so, you know, because the way that games are designed and, you know, built, and this is almost universally true, I mean, I don't think I've ever heard of a game where the system wouldn't be true, at least for a modern game, is that balance changes, like tweaking HP or damage output or something, is just as simple as tweaking a few numbers in a table now, thanks to object-oriented stuff. So, in my mind, you know, 2 weeks is kind of long. If all they're doing is just balance changes, it's like, why not just do it a week?
Yeah. You gotta let them have time to see if there's changes that actually work, right? Because if they give this guy 50 HP, now he's overpowered because he can take an extra hit or what have you. Like, I think that may be why they're waiting at least 2 weeks to do these patches.
Yeah, that was actually, I was going to counter my own argument. It would be like, well, okay, so from a technical perspective, they can do it every week, but I'd say 2 weeks just because, they want a week to see how it develops, and then a week to formulate a solution and push out the net solution, which is fair.
Yeah.
Like I know next to nothing about game development, but I feel like it's even just something as simple tweaking, like adding, like patching a game. It's probably hard and very complicated process. So probably 2 weeks is just like to give them time, because like 1 week could probably be like a lot of pressure to add something to the game every single week.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would really like to see. Actually, I'm glad Dota 2 is doing this first. I'll be honest, because leave it to Valve. You know, they could. Leave it to Valve. They could definitely pull this off, and I hope if this model goes well, other games will kind of adopt this model too. I mean, I would love to see 2 week patches in StarCraft. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, any final thoughts about this?
Don't overdo it.
Yeah, don't overdo it. Yeah.
Don't overdo it.
Maybe I'll watch the International and I'll have fun watching that, and that's about as much Dota I'll really care about.
Yeah, pretty much.
The next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the International is so hype, honestly.
Yeah, it's cool. Like how much money they raise and stuff. Like
Yeah.
that's awesome. Like,
Yeah.
and the players get the majority of it. So I'm all for it.
You see, the Counter-Strike player in me is actually really salty that Dota 2 gets this cool, like, 2.8 patch system, and we were promised, like, a new UI in 2017, and we never got it.
Great.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of a living salt mine over here.
I don't want to like derail us too much, but is CS:GO like the final Counter Strike? Is this the one they're like gonna just continue to update?
I would assume so, yeah. I really would hope so, actually, because, yeah, I honestly would really hope so. There haven't been any plans to, like, release a brand new game. I think the closest thing we'll ever get to releasing a brand new game is CS:GO being, mostly implemented with Source 2 engine.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be closest we get to a new game. But, yeah, I think it's generally here to stay.
Cool.
And also, CS:GO is like the stepchild of Valve that he doesn't really want. Anyway.
Fair enough.
Yeah, anyway. So, kind of a little bit free discussion topic here, guys. There are a ton of games out. I can't keep up. Like, so I was trying to play my way through Bloodborne, PS4. Okami HD come out. It's like, oh, I really want to get through Bloodborne. Okay, almost through Bloodborne, but I couldn't help myself. I want to go with Okami HD. You know, I'm trying to work my way through Okami HD at the same time finish Bloodborne, and then you know, Monster Hunter World came out, and then. Oh, you know, Statzel is a surprise hit on Steam. I'm playing a little bit of that, even though I generally hate kind of the crafting games a little bit. You know, Statzel was a surprise hit. And then, oh, this cool new WoW patch is coming. And we just got a semi-pre-patch for the next expansion of WoW. Oh, I gotta go play that.
And then Shadow of the Colossus is coming out on February the 6th.
Yeah, and then Bayonetta.
Dragon Ball Z Fighters. Like, we got everything coming.
Yeah, Bayonetta is coming out really soon also. And... wow. It's 2018 is stacked, guys.
It's looking good already.
Yeah.
I mean, 2017 all over again.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm just gonna play a bunch of Yakuza still probably and have a good time.
Okay,
So,
fair enough.
Yeah.
But
I mean, Call of Duty got an update.
what's up?
Call of Duty got an update as well.
Oh, okay. Oh, and also Rainbow Six Operation Outbreak is coming out soon. So, you know, just add that to the growing list of stuff. But, you know, by the time we did an Outbreak, they'll be on the next operation. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Great.
Great.
Great time to be playing games.
It is, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
If you want to play as much stuff as possible, it actually kind of sucks because, well, yeah.
Okay, broke in the meantime, here we're at.
Yeah, it's like you just can't. So, yeah, what's been your favorite game so far this year?
This year,
Yeah.
I haven't really played that much this year because of
Okay.
certain reasons. So I'm kind of out of it.
Okay. Andrew?
I don't think any of my video games say 2018 on them that
Okay.
I've played so far.
Okay.
Most are 2017
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
or maybe like 2014. I don't know when Rainbow Six came out, but I'm still playing them.
December of 2015. Yeah.
That's close.
Yeah. December of 2015 is when it came out. Aidan, how about you? Any 2018 games
The
yet?
Super Mario Odyssey. Like, I mean, like I said, I am spending my first part of 2018 catching up on 2017 games. So
Yeah.
it's probably going
Alright.
to just be like, I'm probably going to spend next 2019 catching up with all the games that are coming out in fall of 2018 that we don't even know about.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's great that we have so many amazing, awesome games out, but it's also like really overwhelming. And it's like, you have to be at this point. You have to have like be a great game. Like you can't just be a good game to get the like the mass appeal's attention because there's so much out there.
Yeah. I will say that, so 2017 might have had more, if not the same number of games 2018 has, but I honestly think 2018 will have a lot better games than 2017, just overall, with a couple
Hopefully.
exceptions. Okay, I mean, the 2017 ratings were kind of spiked by Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey, but, I mean, 2018, I think overall, just throughout the year, it's looking pretty solid, you know, with some assumptions that RDR2 will be good, Bayonetta 3 will probably be good, Monster Hunter World is awesome so far, so.
God of
Nintendo's
War.
probably going to kill it again.
Oh,
Yeah.
and God of War, Spider-Man. Do we know any like major fall games outside of Red Dead that
There-
are like announced for fall?
Battlefield 2018.
Okay, yeah, that just got announced. So
Yeah.
we really don't know like much of anything that's coming out in the back half of this year, which is really exciting, but also kind of, I mean, who knows what Red Dead's going to do to change all these release dates? But it's exciting that we're like don't know almost anything about what's coming out this year.
Yeah. E3 is going to be interesting to watch this year, but also I think we're going to get at least one new IP from Bethesda this year.
Yeah.
So the whole thing with Bethesda is that once Fallout 4 released, people were like, okay, now give us Elder Scrolls 6, please. Well, Bethesda basically said, hey, we're working on 2 new IPs first, and then we'll seriously start work on Elder Scrolls 6. So I'd imagine that we're probably going to get a
Doom was one
reveal.
of them, wasn't it?
Huh?
Doom was one of them, I think. One of the new IPs.
No, I don't think so. I think these were brand new. Like,
Okay.
yeah, I think these were brand new.
Yeah.
Like, they weren't redos or remakes or anything. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, this E3 will be interesting because the games that we've seen for like the past 3 years at E3 are coming out this year, so they're gonna have to show us new stuff. And Bethesda always they always surprise the most at their press conferences, so they're gonna be really exciting to watch.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so, let's see. I'm still wouldn't be surprised if we'd get Death Stranding this year. I honestly wouldn't.
Really?
Yeah. No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. I would not be surprised if we got that.
I'd be surprised, but
Okay.
I would.
yeah,
Okay.
I mean, it's cool. That's a good surprise.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd have to be convinced that it's even coming out on PS4, but it could. For all we know, it could be coming out like in the fall.
Yeah. Just a surprise drop at E3. Anyway, what's up, Anthony?
Fall for you, what is that? Is that like autumn or summer or something?
Okay,
'Cause we don't have fall here.
Oh, okay. Fall is generally considered like between October and November, December.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah.
We just have a fall, like summer, autumn, winter, spring. That's it.
Okay. I mean, you could always go the anime season system where the year actually starts in winter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you do winter. That's like from December. Winter of 2018 started in December of 2017, like the tail end of it. And then it continues until like April. And then April to like June is spring. And then from then on is summer until you get like late September, early October. And then the cycle repeats. That's at least how anime seasons work. Like the seasonal anime stuff work. So
that's kind of like us. Like summer for us is December, January, February.
Okay.
So yeah, it's kind of the same for us. A little bit.
Yeah. Little southern hemisphere action there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, just 2018 is loaded. I know we talk about this on the podcast a lot, honestly. It's like I'll admit it. It's like this is kind of a repeat topic, but I do like to hear whatever fourth person we have each week talk about it. And I mean, it's really exciting as a gamer and everything to have all this stuff coming out. It honestly is.
Yeah. Definitely.
So it's definitely worthy to keep talking about and be like, look how exciting 2018 is for this community and everything, It's very cool. So I was going to say one more thing, but I forgot. Anyway, Kaz Hirai, the CEO of Sony, steps down after 6 years of service as CEO. He is going to take a more behind position. I believe he will still remain on the board of directors, but the current CFO is set to take the CEO seat. Kaz Hirai is notable for a couple of reasons. He kind of unified Sony. He revitalized their television branding and a lot of their other stuff, and also their laptop branding and phone branding and everything. And just kind of, his whole policy was called the One Sony policy, where it was a lot of, let's really try to unify things under our banner, guys. So yeah, and we can definitely see the success Sony has had with the PS4 and whatnot coming out after him, as he was there. So yeah, do we think anything realistically will change for Sony, or?
I'm gonna miss the Twitter account, the fake Kaz. I'm gonna miss that because he announced he was leaving it before he's stepping down. It's just funny yeah,
it's a pretty good coincidence.
Right. Maybe.
I don't know. I don't think it's going to change that much. I think
Okay.
they'll just keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
So have they don't really have that much announced for this year as far as gaming. Probably a little bit more than Xbox, but yeah.
No.
I think they'll still be solid.
Okay. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I
And
am not a
Nicole?
businessman, but like seeing where they go next will be interesting because of like kind of in a weird spot with like half step consoles and all that good stuff. So we'll see.
Hmm.
It'll be fun.
Yeah. I wonder.
I think
Go ahead.
well, Sony. I think like PlayStation is like the saving grace of Sony because
Yeah.
I don't think their other branches are really doing so hot. I mean, that just I'm not probably not. He's not responsible for it, but it's just like the trend of the business. So it would be interesting to see like how that happens and like if like these other branches can be brought up or Sony if PlayStation's just going to keep just like rise like being like the saving grace of the company.
I think so. As Americans or Australians, basically people outside of Japan, it's kind of really easy to look at like Sony and be like, oh yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, they have TVs too, but I mean, Samsung and LG are so much more prevalent here. But I mean, in
Yeah.
Japan, Sony is very, very popular with their TVs and everything. But again, we don't really see it over here. And I mean, I've seen plenty of Sony TVs at the couple of years I've been going to CES and everything. I mean, they're highly competitive to Samsung and LG. I mean, they have some really cool stuff with their TVs. Their headphone equipment rivals that of Sennheiser and Audio Technica, which is pretty cool.
Yep.
I'd honestly say that. And so, yeah, I mean, Sony does definitely make quality products.
Yeah,
That's for
it was
sure.
like the PS Vita here and probably in America. It didn't really do anything, but in Japan it was massive.
Yeah.
Like it was just cut off the market here after a year, and then it was gone.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like as Aidan said about TVs, you know, you've got so many other brands and whatever. I think gaming's their main thing, but if they're quite large in Japan, as you said, Taylor. So yeah, I mean, if they may increase their marketing over in America and Australia and the Western kind of world, I suppose,
Yeah.
and then they might become a bigger power. But yeah, I think they'll still have a pretty solid couple of years with this new guy.
Okay.
I mean, the PS5 and like the PS5 is going to be coming in like the next few years. Like, I mean, they haven't said anything, but obviously it is. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of direction they take with the upcoming new generation of consoles.
You see, I'd actually be willing to debate you on that, honestly.
Well, they've already
'cause
announced it, haven't they?
well, like, I look at it like this. I
Yeah,
view
no,
it as, like, the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X was kind of the console refresh, and it's sort of like a half console generation. So I think
That's true.
So I think it extended the life cycle of the PS4 and well, I just threw the Xbox One in there. So also,
Yeah.
so I think both the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro have extended this console life cycle quite a bit longer.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
yeah, those two like they kind of like threw everything out of whack in Nintendo with the Switch. But I think we all agree a PS5 is gonna come eventually.
Oh yeah, for
but
sure. Yeah.
It'll just but no, with the whole introduction of the Pro and like how long does that take? Yeah, that is an interesting thing. But I mean, they have to be at least developing the concepts for it at this point. So
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see like where, like how the gaming, like what kind of direction they take with that, what kind of approach.
Yeah, I mean, the PS3 and Xbox One released in 2000 or not the Xbox One, the Xbox 360 released in 2006.
Yeah.
And we got the next generation in 2013. So I honestly think with the Pro and everything, and because large in part, I think it's honestly dependent on display technology right now.
TVs.
Yeah, display
Yeah.
tech. And 4K isn't quite becoming the norm as fast to replace 1080p,
Yeah.
which is why I think this console generation, which is fine for playing 1080p games and everything, is probably going to last a bit longer
Yeah.
than
As far as I saw, they had already announced it, and they were looking around 2019-ish.
Really?
PS5, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't.
Yeah, go on, Aiden. Sorry.
I mean, I don't think it's coming out that soon, but I wouldn't be surprised if we get like a tease or something of the next generation. But I mean,
Okay.
but you are like the whole half generation thing is a good point.
Yeah.
Like, who knows, like what kind of things? Because you don't want to just introduce a console like the Xbox One X and just throw it away and like just like abandon
Yeah,
it a year
Right.
after launch.
Right. I also think it's really good what they're kind of cool what they're doing too is having it. I believe Microsoft calls this like the one Xbox policy, and it's like so it's like all the games coming out from X Point will be both workable on the Xbox One X and also on the Xbox and also just on the Xbox One. Yeah, getting the names confused a little bit there. And so, if you did pay the extra couple $100 for the Xbox One X, you're getting benefits, but you can still have a decent experience on the Xbox One too. I think that's good because they're not pricing people out of games, which is good. And as a dude in the chat brought up the Nintendo Switch reigning supreme, I mean, I've always kind of viewed Nintendo as out of the console life cycle.
Yeah. I get
Oh,
what you
yeah.
mean, eh?
When
Yeah.
they released Wii U, like it was like that was like in the middle, like right, it was like a year or two before PS4 and Xbox One were released, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
So at this point, they're just they're playing by their own rules, which is what Nintendo always does.
Right. Which is cool, which is fine. Yeah. I mean,
But now they're like leading in every direction, and they're
Yeah.
supposed to be having a really strong year this year.
Yeah.
So.
So, yeah, speaking of Nintendo, Mario's Media Blitz. Let's talk about this. I guess we're getting Mario Kart for phone?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Mario Kart World Tour, I think it's called.
Okay. Tell me about
Ah,
this
okay.
because
Now everyone on the bus will look silly when they're driving their little phones around.
this would be awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm excited. Nintendo has been killing it with their mobile games, in my opinion. Super Mario Run is fantastic. Fire Emblem, you can obviously they're not like the full game experiences that you get on on the systems, but they've been doing great. And Mario Kart was a no brainer for this. It's their most social game they have. So you have leaderboards, online play. I think it's gonna be a massive success when it comes out.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it.
I think you're right about it. Like Mario Kart is being a no-brainer, obvious way to go. Like that's probably one of the most popular games. Man, I do not like any of Nintendo's mobile games.
Really?
Miitomo, I don't even know what that was. I'm answering
Okay, yeah.
questions. That was weird.
Yeah.
Pocket
RIP.
Camp. I'm like trying to sell like birds or something, buy stuff from these rat birds. I'm like, I don't know what's happening. I just gotta fulfill these quests of stuff for these other jerk animals. I don't know. I didn't like it. I put it.
I mean,
for like
that's
an hour.
Animal Crossing in general, though.
Yeah.
This one felt really like just felt so like contained. I don't know. And like Animal
Restricted.
Crossing would be so good on phones, like a normal Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
It's good on.
I think they could either do Mario Kart, which they're obviously doing, or Mario Tennis, I reckon. Mario Tennis would have been interesting. I still absolutely love the Mario Tennis on the Nintendo 64. And the original Mario Kart for that as well, Mario Kart 64. But I think I'll be picking it up and I'll be checking it out. They haven't announced if it's going to be free or not, have they? Not yet.
I don't think so.
Probably will be free because every other game they released has been except Mario Run, and that was a huge controversy about it, unjustified in my opinion. But
Okay.
I think
That was only like $1 or something.
what
That was only like $1.99 or something.
Mario Run, it was like
Mario Run?
$10.
Here it was $10 for the full game.
Okay.
For once, Australia is cheaper?
Wow.
Yeah.
I think it was only like it may have been a cut down version here, but it was like $2 or $2 or $3, I think here. So
That's not a bad price.
No,
that's pretty decent.
We should just do like a Mario Party game on phone.
That-
Like asynchronous, like that way.
That'd be
You don't
awesome.
have to wait. You're just kind of all playing on your own. Like
Yeah.
that'd be
Yeah.
a good idea.
I just
Yeah, that'd
imagine
be
so it's
good.
like you're waiting for like a subway or something or like tram to pick you up, and it's like you're a group of people, and then like the Mario Party matchmaking system would find you people to play with that's kind of within your general area, and then just like people that are waiting there that are also looking, you just kind of migrate towards each other. Yeah, just kind of migrate towards each other. It's like
I mean,
it's you.
that's a really fast way to get somebody killed. Though, like someone's gonna get so salty. Stab somebody.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for like
Mario Party already ruins friendships. You don't want to get random strangers mad.
No.
True.
I mean, do you think people aren't going to be raging about the blue shell?
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Take it out. Get it out of here.
like just
At
imagine a
least,
guy.
you can't find. You won't know who exactly hit you with the blue shell.
Yeah. Okay. So I just imagine like a guy screaming on a bus or something. It's like, all right, which one of you hit me with the blue shell? You know? Yeah, that's what I envision.
Mm.
Do you want to be a good idea? What if with the Switch they did like a cell reception option? You know how like on an iPad you can get like cell reception or like data connection?
Yeah.
You could do like a Switch with a data connection so that you could do online Switch stuff anywhere.
I will
Yeah.
say the Vita did try that,
Yeah, I was
and
gonna
I
say
don't
the
think
Vita.
anybody bought that version of it because
I mean, no one bought the Vita. To be fair,
mine's around here somewhere. I don't know where.
I
it is.
know the Vita's
It's like,
great. I'm
people
not.
bought
I'm
a
not
Vita?
like dissing the Vita, but like it
Okay.
wasn't exactly like a massive success,
Okay.
which on the Switch is. So
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
But I
what
also-
they could do, they could sell a little like USB-C plug-in for it. Little SIM
SD
data card with the
cards.
USB-C plug-in, and then yeah, you can just plug it in.
That's true.
Yeah.
But like finding a plan would probably be insane. Like Switch plan, I don't know. Or
Yeah.
you just pick it out of your phone. I don't know.
SIM
Weird.
cards, man, not SD cards.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, also, we're getting another Mario movie.
Bring back John Leguizamo. I want him in this
Yeah.
movie.
No.
oh, they're not gonna have anything to do with that movie. They're not gonna come. They're gonna continue to act like it doesn't exist.
I mean, it doesn't. I don't know. There was a Mario movie before. Like, I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Yeah.
Well, weren't they supposed to be doing like part animation and part live action or something?
I think they said it's just all animation. I think it's Illumination,
Yeah.
the guys who make
Yeah.
the Minions movies, I believe.
Oh,
it is.
no.
Despicable
okay.
Me, Secret
Oh,
Life of
no.
Pets, Sing.
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be fully animated, which is
Mhm.
probably for the best.
Okay,
Yeah.
because like if it was a blend of like real life and animation, I just imagine it's like it's gonna be like some plumber in New York tripping on mushrooms, and then whenever he's tripping, he's in the Mushroom Kingdom.
I mean, they could have it in New Donk City, like that's
Yeah.
pretty much what that would be like.
Yeah.
How are they gonna solve like the issue of Mario talking? Because he doesn't talk. Like, his sentences are like very short. Like
They're
every.
prob-
Translations.
I think they're just gonna have them probably just keep in the game, say like 1 or 2 word sentences, and have the supporting cast probably be like the fully voiced characters.
Okay, yeah, because like every game's like, was it Mario Rabbids? You had the little like Roomba thing talking.
Mhm.
You know, like every game he's in, someone else is doing all the talking for him. So
Mm, yeah.
To answer a question in the chat, no, it is not a joke. We are in fact getting another Mario movie. So
Yes, we are.
yeah, it is not
They
a joke.
announced it on Twitter.
Yeah, this is legitimate Nintendo.
I mean,
I
it'll
mean,
probably
it was
be
rumored
good.
for a while. It was rumored like for like a couple months ago. It was rumor, and
Okay.
so now they just officially confirmed it.
Okay.
Mm.
So my biggest question for this movie is: will Mario have his tattoo in this movie?
Tattoo.
Yeah, Mario has a
Is he gonna
tattoo.
heavy?
Yeah, Mario has a tattoo.
What?
Right.
They
Didn't know
released
that.
like a tribal tattoo version of the Game Boy Advance,
Oh, okay.
and yeah, the promo for it had Mario with the tattoo.
Nice.
So
That is-
yeah, Mario. It's like it's never been confirmed Mario doesn't not have that tattoo anymore. So
Where-
Wait,
Is
where
on
was
his-
the tattoo?
This is important.
Where was it? The tattoo on
Uh,
his body.
the normal place you put a tramp stamp. I don't know. I actually
Is it?
no. I actually forget. I actually forget. Okay.
It was like a
Didn't know
barbed
that.
like a barbed wire across his like bicep, probably.
No,
Oh, wait,
it
oh,
was
it's
it
wearing
wasn't that.
long
It was like one of
sleeves.
your like classic tribal-esque tattoos. Yeah. And
Full sleeve.
huh? No, it wasn't full sleeve. It was like it's like a little range. Go look up the Game Boy Advanced SP Tribal Edition Mario ad. Yeah, and then you'll
Can
see
we-
exactly.
We need
And
to, like,
also-
edit that in the podcast.
Yeah.
I want everyone to see this.
HJ Selker in our Twitch chat.
I just found the image. Oh my god!
Oh, God, I have to look it up. Okay.
It's on his it's like on his arm right here, like a
yeah.
tribal tattoo. He
Yeah.
just like has no he's sleeveless.
It comes up. Oh no. Oh wait. I typed in Mario tattoo and I'm just getting a bunch of tattoos of Mario.
No, I
So did I.
typed in Game Boy Advance edition.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, our buddy HJ Selker in the chat brings up a good
Ah.
point. In Breath of the Wild, they introduced voice acting, so they might do the same for Mario. Because I mean, overall, the voice acting in Breath of the Wild was pretty well received.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wait,
Wait,
there was-
interesting. Yeah. Wait,
Hey,
what'd you say? What were you gonna say?
What's up, Andrew?
Did Link say stuff in that game?
No, Link was still silent.
No.
Of
Oh,
course,
okay.
Link was still
I
silent.
played that
but,
game. I
but-
can't remember
okay.
what anybody talks.
Just make a movie where no one talks.
Right.
It would just be
Yeah.
interesting to see where they go with. Are they gonna have like celebrities voice like the
Mhm.
characters? Are they gonna have like I don't know, like Emma Watson play Princess Peach, or are they gonna
Oh,
stick with
man.
I mean, they're probably gonna have Mario have his normal voice. I completely blanked on his name. I'm the worst. They're probably gonna have him play Mario. Charles Marionette? No, I don't know.
Something like that. Yeah, I think you're
Yeah,
close.
he's obviously gonna be Mario. Like there would be rides if he weren't, but it would be interesting
Charles
if there would
Martinet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, are they gonna have like celebrities voice the supporting cast, or are they gonna just like stick to the voices that the characters already use?
Danny DeVito as Toad.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like Danny DeVito needs to be in this movie in any capacity.
I saw someone posted on Facebook. They suggested Gilbert Gottfried as Toad.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Oh man, that'd be
Can
angry.
we just cast our dream Mario movie right
All right,
now?
yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. All right, so Mario, who do we?
If we we can't do the obvious Charles.
Yeah,
No.
Because we have to have some fun here. All right,
Yeah,
so Mario.
I think Danny DeVito would be a great Mario. Like
I think he would be too.
he has to
Okay.
be in this movie.
He could be everybody in this, but we're gonna have to limit one Danny DeVito spot only.
Yeah. So use the Danny DeVito very wisely, okay?
Yeah.
Use Danny DeVito wisely. He is the most precious commodity and resource, okay? Yeah. So
everybody.
yeah. All right. So Luigi. Let's go. Luigi. Who do we want as Luigi?
Now I know you guys said that we don't like John Leguizamo, but he's kind of a Luigi.
All right.
I don't
All
know. That's thinking.
Sure.
Okay.
Although, yeah, I mean, Luigi's kind of like this guy that no one ever cares about, right? So we could. Who does no one care about? We could.
Yet he's more superior than Mario.
Okay.
So
Charlize Theron is Peach.
Ooh.
See it?
Hey,
Yeah.
what? Oh yeah.
I had to bring in
That's
actress
right.
Anthony
Yeah.
might actually know.
Mm-hmm.
What? I didn't quite catch what you said. So.
Charlize Theron as Peach.
I don't know that person.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a voice actor guru, so.
Well, I
He was
mean,
in Mad Max.
Yeah. She was
okay.
Furiosa.
She has an
Yeah.
Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Okay.
Got that
Yeah.
awards credibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You joked about Emma Watson, but I could see that she's played Disney characters.
Oh
before,
yeah.
So.
Did
What's,
anyone see the Beauty and the Beast movie that came out lately? Was she
I
any good in that?
Did.
Was she good?
She was good at acting,
Okay.
not really good at singing.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
What about the who's the other princess?
Daisy?
Married to? Yeah, Daisy.
Yeah.
Daisy.
Include
Okay.
her, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else do we need?
Bowser.
Ooh.
Who's
Can we get the Japanese
John
voice
Goodman.
actor for Godzilla?
Oh yeah, John Goodman.
Oh yeah.
That'd be so good.
That'd be quite funny, actually.
Yes, that'd be.
Jeez.
Yeah. Toad.
I saw the idea of Gilbert Gottfried and I can't get that idea out of my head.
Pretty
I
good.
feel like he's like the most obvious choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rosalina, as brought up by H.J. Selker in the chat. Rosalina.
Selena?
Oh, Rosalina, yeah.
If anyone was to have like a posh British voice, it would probably be Rosalina, and that'd
Mhm.
probably be Emma Watson.
I could see that.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say like Meryl Streep or someone like
Oh.
classy.
Okay.
Oh, you
okay.
could put Toad as Owen Wilson.
Oh
Wow.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. All right. Bowser Jr.
Oh, Bowser Jr.
Oh, is he gonna be in the movie?
Did that? Maybe. I
Maybe.
assume this is like Mario Party movie, so. Yeah,
That
I
would-
guess
Buddy.
Yeah, they'd have to put quite a lot of that.
And
And
you have
Donkey Kong.
Toadsworth in it.
yeah. Oh yeah, like Grandpa Toad, Toadsworth. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We need
What
him
about
too.
Donkey Kong?
He's
Uh,
gonna be in it.
Yeah,
Probably
Donkey
not.
Kong.
You think so?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know.
Was he in the old one?
No.
I don't think so.
Princess
Actually.
Peach wasn't
no,
even in
no,
the old
no.
one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Princess. There was a Princess Toadstool. Was there not in the old one?
It was like, wasn't it? I think it was Daisy. Like she was the
Oh,
main
okay.
princess.
That's awkward. That's awkward. Um, Let's see.
Donkey Kong. Wow.
We need The Rock. The Rock.
Oh yeah,
The
Yeah.
Rock is Donkey Kong.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes, obviously.
That'd be
Mhm.
that'd be perfect. That'd be perfect. Diddy Kong? We just cast like the Rots. No, we did
You could go
Kevin.
Kevin Hart.
Yeah, we got
And the
Kevin
Nintendo
Hart.
Rock League
There you
did
go.
come too.
I feel like we've seen this movie before. Yeah, I feel like we've seen this movie before.
I just need Nick Cage as Luigi, and we'll be good. I think that would be perfect.
Beautiful.
What about Wario?
Oh.
Here.
I don't know. Too many people. Too many characters.
Yeah, I know. This is.
Or
I
Wario.
mean,
This
it's
cast-
a movie. Like,
this
it's
is
gonna
growing.
Be, like, you gotta have a cast of characters.
Yeah, this is growing.
Dan DeVito as well.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, yeah, that
Ah,
should probably.
That's probably the better
Perfect.
fit for him, actually.
Yeah.
You could go Wario as Samuel Jackson.
Oh, well, no, that'd be
Maybe.
pretty good.
So just a brief
Yellow.
brief interjection. We're gonna open the chat up to Q&A. So if you want to ask us anything about any of the topics we discussed today, or want to bring us a brief topic to discuss, we're gonna do this for about 10 minutes or so, just as we finish this little casting call. Guy in the chat mentioned Cappy, but Flood from Mario Sunshine. Just
Yep.
get her voiced by Siri.
Okay.
Or no, actually, no, better. Jennifer Hale, the chick
Okay.
who does Cortana.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson. She did the voice.
I was
right
gonna
there,
say
yeah.
Scarlett
Yeah.
Johansson.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder if they're gonna do like a crossover with other Nintendo franchises, like put Metroid in it or whatever.
Hmm.
Probably not. That's just like a random thought.
They're probably not, but I also wondered, like, is this gonna mean we're gonna get other Nintendo movies produced by Illumination?
It's like, is
Like,
this
I mean,
the start?
obviously, if this one's a success, but which
Yeah.
it probably will be.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, is this the start of the Nintendo Cinematic Universe?
I sure hope so. And it leads up to a Super Smash Bros. Movie.
I'd love
Wow.
to see a Metroid
Oh.
movie actually.
Yeah. Although, okay, so Illumination, they did like the minions and stuff. I don't see their animation format working for a Metroid or Zelda movie.
Yeah.
No.
I really don't.
True.
Like those.
Like, I
would-
mean, I think it works great for Mario, because he's like cartoony and
yeah, exactly.
It's very
everything.
light.
But yeah, the more
Ooh,
I
well,
really wish.
light
This
in.
is like a side note. I really wish we got that Netflix Zelda series. I was like rumored and turned out not to be true.
Yeah.
The Castlevania one was pretty cool.
Was it? Good?
I haven't seen it yet.
I watched a couple episodes of it and it was cool and it kind of stopped. But the
Okay.
animation was good. I like the animation.
At least the animation was good, to say the
Yeah.
least.
Oh, I did have a question. Did we talk about Microsoft and the Game Pass last week?
No, we didn't. What's that whole thing?
We should bring this up.
Okay.
So every first party now that
Oh yeah.
Microsoft puts out is gonna come to their Game
Oh
Pass.
yeah, that's right.
So if you're paying $10 a month, you're gonna get whatever they put out, whether it's the new Forza, the new Halo. You're gonna get it as long as you keep your subscription up to date. So I thought that was really interesting because
That's
it's
really
kind of-
interesting.
yeah, it's not quite Netflix, but it's
Yeah.
kind of this cool idea. Like if you don't want to pay $60 for a game, you could pay. I think it's going to be so $120 a year.
Yeah.
So essentially, if you're going to buy 2 of their games,
hmm
pretty much paid for.
Yeah. Yeah. Are they going to give you the full version of the game, or is it going to be like a
Yeah.
top-down?
Yeah.
Full version. Okay.
Full version.
Full
I-
thing.
I think you can download them too with
Mhm.
it.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Like,
that's
honestly,
Mhm.
that announcement just increased the value of Game Pass. Like so much.
Yeah, like, oh, this is actually worth it now.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's actually a really good idea.
I see this business model only working if you're large enough to actually have games frequently come out a year.
hmm
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
So
they
like, if
also
you,
have a bunch of old Xbox 60 titles on it and stuff like. So,
okay. So I
Yeah,
mean,
you know
like,
that.
if you're a brand that puts out maybe 4 or 5 titles a year or something,
Mhm.
then this would definitely be worth it because you're saving some money there by paying the $10 a month versus the $60 for like 4 games. But
Mhm.
then like I wouldn't buy a pass from Blizzard to get whatever games they come out with because I would probably end up losing money by that point.
Right.
Even the whole EA access thing is a bit overrated.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
The success of it definitely depends on like how many games are actually released. But I mean, it means Sea of Thieves is going to be on there. Halo
Mm.
6 when that inevitably comes out, the next
Yeah.
Forza game, Gears of War. So like, there
Minecraft
are
is on
some
there.
high-profile games that'll be on there. It just depends on when they come out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Minecraft is on
Crackdown
there. Yeah.
should be on
Oh
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, will they go to third-party games after this too? Like that they have partnerships with? Who knows?
That'd be
Yeah,
insane.
that'll be interesting if the third parties decide to do their own subscription service.
Oh,
Instead of
Ori will eventually be on
Oh
there.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
That'll
really
probably
want to
bring
play
that
that.
like a lot more attention if now that's on there, they can advertise it on there too, and
Yeah.
you get it for essentially like free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool actually. I think that's really
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah.
So, all right, as Q&A kind of wraps up, we haven't done any questions yet. So again, guys, feel free to ask some questions. What is the thing you've wanted to say all show but haven't had the chance to say it? So now here's your chance to say it. Andrew?
I got nothing, man.
Okay.
That sounds like me.
Play video games, enjoy them.
All
Please.
right. Yeah.
Don't be mean on the internet.
Yeah. Okay. Anthony?
Nothing.
Okay.
I can't really think of anything.
Okay. Aidan?
Oh yeah, this is a lot of pressure thrown at me at once. I don't know. I have nothing to say. Oh no, my computer's going. Like you said, yay video games. There's a lot of them out there. Play
Ooh.
them.
All
Go
right.
broke. Go broke buying them all.
All right. So, as a wrap to the Q&A, do we have any social media questions this week?
No, not this week either.
Okay.
Been a slow week this week.
Any interesting discussions that came up in the community Discord?
Not really, no.
Okay.
Not off the top of my head.
Okay. So, yeah, this is kind of a plug for that, guys. Be sure to join the
Yeah.
COG community Discord where you can talk to any one of us and the other staff members of COG about any topic you want. Yeah. And, all right. So, Andrew, what's your social media stuff? Go.
You can find me on the Instagram, on the Twitter at Duronsky. That's Duronski. I don't tweet a lot, but I got some little good nuggets in there, so check it out.
Okay.
Yep.
Anthony?
I'm not on social media personally. I mainly am running the getting all of our Culture of Gaming social media up and running.
Yeah.
So I'm not really personally involved in social media.
Okay. Aidan?
I'm at Aidan Simons at everything on all the social medias. I tweet a lot of stuff that isn't related to video games, but I ramble a lot. So if you interested in that, you can follow me.
All right. So let's see all the places you can find COG. You can find it on Facebook, facebook.com/cultureofgaming, twitter.com/cog.net, twitch.tv/cultureofgaming. If you're watching this right now, you're there right now. So make sure to bookmark that.
Exactly.
youtube.com/cultureofgaming. Go check it out where you can find the repository of all the podcasts as well as any other videos that the media team uploads. Let's see. I know we have an Instagram. And if you go to the COG main site, you can find links to all this stuff at some point on the site. Of course, again, join the community Discord. For my personal social media stuff, I'm pretty much only on Twitter, and even then I'm rarely on there. I have like one tweet this year so far, 1 or 2 tweets. And I'm really trying to get better about it. It's at Inferus Taylor. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you guys for tuning in, and we will be here same time, same place. See you all next week.
Have a good week.